Even better than I was the last time, baby. Ooh, ooh, ooh,
ooh. We back.
I'm good. Okay. All right. Okay, new camera. I mean, you can see all my flaws now, but okay, new camera. This quality is picking up on my bump. Can't go back now. What's up, J team? Welcome back to my channel. If you would like to join the J team, the squad, the family, the clique, then all you gotta do is click subscribe. I have not done a story time in like 6 months. Let me explain, okay? Because some of y'all think I switched up when some of y'all kind of switched up on me.
And
So in my last story time, I remember asking for 3K likes. 3K likes, and I'm gonna do another story time.
This is beyond me.
I was like, okay, bet. Okay, let me go ahead and back off a little bit. That's one of the reasons why I have not done any story time. So I hope you guys understand, like, communication is key, and liking videos, commenting, being engaged and stuff, that is a way that y'all can communicate with me, because I can't read y'all's minds, so I have to go off of numbers. Okay. So one day, regular day, I woke up, went to the gym, met with my trainer, y'all know, trying to get right. I left the gym, went to go get a smoothie, came back to my apartment, and I saw a pink note in my door. And it says something like, sorry, we've missed you. We'll try back soon. Now me, I'm just like, sorry, we've missed you. We'll try again soon. I didn't make any appointments, set up any meetings, agree to anything. And then over time, I'm actually remembering a letter that I did get in the mail a while back. And it said something like, yeah, we're trying to take a survey and somebody will be showing up to your door to do like a mini survey interview. You don't have to do it, but your participation is needed. I remember reading this, and in my head, I'm just like, okay, whatever. I don't want to participate. Like, I'm not going to worry about this next. I got bills to pay. So later on that night, it was about 8 p.m. at night. I was sitting on my couch, watching TV, having a good old night, minding my own business. I get a knock at the door, and instantly I jump, my heart's beating, I'm uncomfortable, my anxiety starts acting up. And I already know y'all are probably like, Trinity, it's just a knock at the door. Well, see, the thing is, I've been through some things. A while ago, I was in a very toxic relationship. And if y'all already know the story, then you know the story. Now, the good news is that I got out of this toxic relationship. But the bad news is he could not let me go. And this ended up me having to file a restraining order, having to call the police. But one night, it set the tone for everything. My ex decided to show up to my door unannounced with bad intentions, obviously. He was getting upset because I would not open up the door. Next thing you know, he's on the 3rd floor on my balcony trying to break into my apartment. But I wanted to explain that just so you can understand why an unexpected knock at my door doesn't make me feel good. Some people would consider this PTSD. Whenever something traumatizing happens in your life, and even though you move forward, sometimes you can still get triggered by just certain things that has happened in your past. Honestly, I don't like talking about it, but in order for y'all to understand me and what I've been through, you have to know where I've been. So now that we are all caught up, and I think you guys understand me a little bit more, let's continue. So that night when I heard the knock at the door, I was very uncomfortable, and I actually went to my room. I did not look through the peephole. I didn't care. It was 8 p.m. at night, and I'm just thinking, just get away from the door. I go to the room. I instantly called my boyfriend, Steven, and I'm freaking out, and I'm just like, hey, someone knocked on my door. I don't know who it was. I didn't invite anyone over here. I even questioned him to see if it was him. Like, hey, did you knock at my door? Are you here? You didn't tell me you were coming over. I look out the window. I see a car with lights, and I'm over there looking at them like, is this the person that knocked on my door? I'm going through names, just like, hey, could it have been this person, this person? Like, what is this? It was freaking me out because I did not know who was at my door. I tried to let it go. I put on some TV. I laid in the bed. I just tried to go to sleep, and I could not go to sleep at some point my heart started beating really fast, and then I was just like, oh my gosh, what's going on? And I was telling myself to calm down, but eventually I noticed like, oh my gosh, like I'm having like an anxiety attack, panic attack, one of those. I'm laying there and I start to get really nervous. My heart starts to beat fast. And then all of a sudden I hear my heart beat louder than everything else around me. And I think that's when it gets really scary. You're trying to tell yourself to calm down and breathe, but your heartbeat becomes louder than your thoughts, and then it just kind of like takes over. I even called my sister. She works at a hospital. So instantly I was just like, well, Lord, if it's gonna be today, at least I'm gonna have somebody on the phone, tell them goodbye, I love you, and hey, go ahead and bring the people up over here to come carry me. And mind you, this was like 6 a.m. in the morning. She's telling me to calm down and breathe, and of course these are things that I felt like I was already trying to do. I just started crying, because when you're in this state, you have no other choice but to cry. I was on the phone with my sister for about 20 to 30 minutes, and then after that I kind of just went to sleep. It's like my body completely shut down. The next morning I woke up just regular, like last night didn't happen. I did leave the apartment, went to go get some food, run errands, whatever it was. And you guys, I came back to my door to the same pink note. It says the exact same thing. Sorry we've missed you. Fast forwarding to that night, so I'm actually on the phone with Steven, and I get a knock at the door while I'm on the phone with him. Instantly, I run and I try to get my stool because I'm too short to just look in the peephole, you know what I'm saying? I have to actually get my stool, position it, and then look. I put the phone down and I'm trying to find my little stool and everything to place it in front of the door, and it was too late. When I looked through the peephole, I didn't see anyone, and it kind of freaked me out again still, because I was just like, oh my gosh, are they trying not to be seen? I'm still on the phone with Steven, and I did eventually open up the door like real quick, and what do I see? A pink note, a new one. And I'm like, there wasn't no pink note the other night when there was a knock at the door. I look at the pink note and it says the exact same thing as the other ones. And I'm like, wait, were these heifers really knocking on my door this late? Like, what kind of establishment knocks on people's door this late? I just think it's unprofessional. Like, you really think people about to be opening up doors at 8 p.m. at night? Kids are trying to go to sleep. Parents are trying to put their kids to bed. Like, nobody trying to do no interview survey at 8 p.m. at night. Wow. I really thought it was someone random at my door, and it was the same person the whole entire time. At this point, I was just really curious about the establishment. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is how y'all operate? So I'm on Google researching and all that. By the way, it was called IRT, RTI, one of them. And I was seeing a whole bunch of people talk about like, yeah, they've been harassing me. They're always at my door. They be trying to get me to do this and that and this. And instantly I'm just like, oh, wow, like this is a thing. I'm not the only one that has experienced this. So the next day I ended up talking to my best friend. We always talk and stuff, you know, we talk about everything. That's what best friends do. And she's like, well, Trinity, why don't you call the number on the letter and tell them to stop coming to your door? And instantly I'm just like, oh, like, you're right. I don't know why I didn't think about this before, but see, that's why I love my best friend, because I mean, sometimes I just don't think about certain things. I'm like, okay, you're right. I should definitely call the number and tell these heifers to stop showing up to my door. I call the number. The lady picks up the phone, very polite, and I let her know, hey, someone keeps on knocking at my door. I would like my address to be off the list. I don't want to participate in the survey. The lady is like, oh, well, what's your address? I tell her my address, and she's like, oh, Holly has been knocking on your door. She's such a sweet lady. She doesn't mean any harm. I'm like, okay, all right, cool. But yeah, so take my address off that list, ma'am, please. I don't care how nice Holly Heather is. She's like, oh, well, we would love your participation. These surveys really help. I don't like Holly. You know what I'm saying? I don't like her. The lady didn't seem to really fully understand, so I had to kind of open up to her a little bit. You see, ma'am, I have bad anxiety. I don't really like people showing up to my door unannounced. I didn't want to participate. It makes me feel uncomfortable. Y'all knocking at night. All this knocking and just popping up randomly has made me feel really uncomfortable. Therefore, in a way, unintentionally, they kind of pushed me away from participating. Maybe Holly is a good person and it's cool or whatever, but you knocked on the wrong door. So after letting her in to a little bit of my own personal business, then she was just like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. We didn't have any clue, and I'm gonna make sure to take your address off of the list. And I was like, you know what? Thank you. I felt so relieved after that. And it was just like, wow, Trinity, why didn't you do this from the beginning? You could have ended all of this earlier. This was a quick fix. You know what I'm saying? This was an easy solution. At the moment, I didn't even consider that as a solution to my problem. And it's because when something scares us or makes us feel uncomfortable, we tend to run away from it, because the things that scare us the most are the things that we don't ever want to face. And I think I just wasn't wanting to face the actual problem head on. And this goes to show that when we run away from our problems, we're kind of running away from our solutions as well. And it's crazy because we're running away from it because we want to feel safe, not really understanding that running into the safe place is probably running more towards the darkness instead of actually like the solution that's kind of like the light. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know below. It is very important that you guys like this video if you want any more story times. Big shout out to the Jae team. If you want a shout out like them, you just gotta click subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and let me know below. And that's it, y'all. Make sure to be bold, brave, and beautiful, and I will talk to y'all in my next video. Bye.